Imagine watching a football match without red or yellow cards. Just chaos, shouts, arguments, and decisions that left everyone in disbelief. Well, that's exactly what football was like before 1970. Referees had no visual tools to control a game. They could send off players or caution them, but without any visible signal, it was a mess. That is, until one genius moment changed the course of football forever. Let's rewind to the 1966 World Cup in England. In a tense quarter-final clash between England and Argentina, referee Rudolf Kreiteline made a decision that sent shockwaves. He sent off Argentine captain Antonio Rattin, but Rattin refused to leave the pitch. He claimed he didn't understand the decision. Fans were confused, players were furious, and the whole stadium was in disarray. Communication had completely broken down. Now enter Ken Aston. He wasn't the referee of that game, but he was a highly respected figure in world refereeing, and a member of FIFA's referees committee. And as he watched the chaos unfold, something clicked. Days later, while sitting in his car, stuck in traffic in London, he stared at the traffic lights ahead of him. Red, amber, green. Red means stop. Yellow means caution. Simple, universal, immediate. That was it. The light bulb moment. He thought, why not use that same system in football? A yellow card to caution a player. A red card to send them off. No language barriers. No misunderstandings. Just pure, visual clarity. Aston presented the idea to FIFA, and after testing and discussions, the cards were officially introduced at the 1970 World Cup in Mexico. Now here's something funny, not a single red card was shown in that tournament. The yellow card, however, made its debut in the opening match between the Soviet Union and Mexico, with Soviet midfielder Kaki Asatiani receiving the first ever caution in World Cup history. And so began a new era. Let's talk about the cards themselves. A typical red or yellow card is made of plastic or stiff laminated paper. It fits snugly in the referee's breast pocket or shorts pocket. The colors. Yellow is bright and noticeable without being too aggressive, perfect for a warning. Red. Bold, urgent, and unmistakable. Stop. Leave. Game over. Now onto the writings on the cards. Most people never see this, but modern cards sometimes have small printed areas on the back where referees jot down the player's number, the time of the incident, and the nature of the offense. Some refs even carry mini notepads or matchbooks attached to the cards. It's a tidy little system to keep track of who's walking a tightrope, and who's already walked off it. Here's a cool detail. Ken Aston didn't just invent the card system, he also created the black referee uniform and the protocol of refs leading teams onto the pitch. Before him, referees sometimes wore colored kits that clashed with players, and there was no uniform standard. Aston cleaned it all up. And now, back to the cards. Yellow cards are issued for a whole list of reasons. Dissent, time wasting, reckless tackles, removing your shirt during a goal celebration, you name it. 2 yellows in a match and you're off. Red cards, however, are for serious offenses, violent conduct, serious foul play, spitting, denying a goal-scoring opportunity with a handball or foul, or using offensive or abusive language. But did you know the first ever red card in a World Cup match didn't come until 1974? That's right, Chile's Carlos Casly became the first player ever to be shown a red card in a World Cup, in a match against West Germany. A historic, if unwanted, milestone. Here's another fun fact. In 2014, Brazilian referee Wilton Sampaio issued a yellow card to a player, realized he made a mistake, and then pulled out a white card, yes, white, to indicate he was canceling the yellow. White cards aren't part of the official laws, but it showed how far things had come since the days of purely verbal warnings. And it doesn't stop there. In 2023, Portugal introduced a green card, for players who show acts of exceptional sportsmanship. A whole new layer to the colorful evolution of refereeing. Now think about how iconic the red and yellow cards have become. They're part of football culture. They show up in video games, memes, even fashion. You see a player flash a tackle and the crowd waits, not for a whistle, but for that flash of color. Will it be yellow? Or red? It's incredible to think that something so simple, 2 colored pieces of plastic, completely changed how football is played, watched, and officiated. And it all started because one man got stuck in traffic and looked at a traffic light. So next time you see a ref reach into their pocket, remember, you're witnessing a piece of football history in action. The legacy of Ken Aston, the vision of a smoother, fairer game, and the tiny cards that made a massive difference. If you enjoyed this story and want more deep dives into football's weird, wonderful history, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share it with a friend. There's so much more to uncover. This is Football Uncovery, where every detail matters. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.